And now for that wonderful and very special dessert that I promised y'all. Of course, it's going to be the Boston cream pie. Don't ask me why they call it Boston cream pie. I don't know, because actually I don't think it has anything to do with Boston. But this is going to be a wonderful dessert. And of course, first you're going to have to make a custard, because that's where the cream comes from. Okay. Of course, this is sugar, and it's always better when you're cooking to mix your sugar and your flour together, because that way they're not going to lump up when you add your liquids. So, all right, I'm going to add a dab of salt to this. All your dry ingredients go so much, they mix so much better together when you mix them first before dumping your other liquids. And of course, Mr. Edgar's going to go to work again today. All right. He's so helpful. He's a very good little handy man. All right, Edgar, you just sit there and wait on me. Okay, I'm going to add my eggs to this, which I have beaten up, or rather, Edgar has beaten up. Okay, mix this up real good. This is one of the wonderful recipes that I have kind of forgotten about. Of course, I had used this many years ago in high school, and I still had the original picture recipe that I had used then. And I had put it away in my little filing cabinet. Boy, this whisk comes in handy, because you want this to be real creamy, because it's a Boston cream pie. Okay, and of course, in reference to the recipe, I had just filed it away in the closet, and I recently rediscovered it, which I had used many a time, because I had made these for when my children were at home. And I guess as they got older and moved away and went out on their own, I had just quit baking it. So I had forgotten about it until I just really was excited when I found it. Of course, your custard has to cook real good. And you keep stirring it, because you don't want to be lumpy. Let me lower this custard. Okay. You don't want to cook a custard too fast. It's going to take away from the, well, I guess the consistency of it. It won't be, it'll be tasty, but yet the actual smoothness of it, just won't be there. Okay. Very good. I'm going to let that kind of slowly cook. And next, for this wonderful Boston cream pie, I'm going to make the glaze. Alrighty. Okay. Need a very small little pot. Okay, and I'm going to keep watching this, because when this starts getting lumpy, you better start stirring. Okay. When my pot here gets hot, I'm going to add the sugar to it. Okay, very good. And I've got a little water I'm going to add to it. Okay. Of course, I have to let that kind of melt together. See, as I told you, I got to watch this custard. You don't want it to get lumpy. No lumps in your gravy or your custards. Remember that. Now, it's getting pretty thick now, so I'm going to add my vanilla flavor. Cook all that together. That flavor just blends into that good old vanilla flavor. Okay. Now, you see, it has already thickened, and it's perfect. So quick and easy. Very good. So I turn the fire off. Okay, let that go. Now, here we're going to be making our glaze. Of course, I've already added my sugar and my water. Next, I'll add my light corn syrup. This is really going to It's gonna be a wonderful dessert. Okay. Then we're gonna add our chocolate chips. I like to use chocolate chips because they melt quicker. And of course, you have to have this glaze, they call it. It's not an icing, it's just supposed to be a glaze. You have to have that really smooth and hot when you pour it over your cake. Okay? Which I said cake. Remember, it's a Boston cream pie that has cake in it. All righty, so this is gonna slowly melt. Oops, I turned my fire off accidentally. There you go. All righty. This is going to melt real slowly, but I'll just go ahead and show you how I prepare my cake. Of course, today I've cheated. I have already baked the cake. You can go to the grocery store and buy the prepared cakes, or you can use your favorite cake mix or your favorite cake recipe. Now this is the cooled custard, the cream that goes in here. Yes, so you don't want to add your hot custard on your cake. All righty, there you go. That's going to be just wonderful. Let me check my, okay. Oh, they're melting pretty good. Okay, very good. And then I'm going to add the other, well, let me put that here. The other layer of cake. Wonderful. Very good. Okay. Of course, we've got our glaze already made and the chocolate's melted. Okay. Let me just pour this on top here, all around. You want this to be hot because you don't want it to have already gotten hard. You want it to kind of float to the sides of the cake. This is a beautiful cake and it's as delicious as it looks. I love this. Just very good. So it's just so easy. It's just not very hard to make. And of course, now we've got a wonderful dessert all prepared. Let's see what our just delicious meal will look like all together. What a beautiful meal. The crab stuffed tomatoes, of course, you can enjoy any time of the year in the summertime or wintertime. And then we have a typical smothered okra and tomato dish. And then we have Mama's special tomato salad, which Mama just sliced her tomatoes and put salt and pepper on top of them. That's all she wanted to do with her tomatoes. Last but not least is my wonderful Boston cream pie, which I'm sure will be a hit with everybody. These are just a few of the dishes that you can prepare with wonderful fresh Louisiana tomatoes. What a great time we've had today, and now I want to share a very special letter with you from Joyce Chadwick, all the way from Fibra, Michigan. Joyce writes, "Hi, Miss Lucy. I watch your show on TV and enjoy it very much. I always said I was going to quit cooking when I hit 70 years young, but after seeing some of the recipes, I think I'll wait till I'm 80. Keep up the good cooking." Joyce Chadwick. Thank you, Joyce, for sharing this with me, and thank you for watching me. See you again soon, Shaq.